All right, everyone. Meet Tina here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. So, everyone, I just wanted to, appreciate everything, that you guys have done by following this channel and subscribe and click like and share my video. Thank you. Thank you. Always give that gratitude and appreciation to everyone. And those who are new, this is your first time, please do not forget to subscribe and click like and perhaps share my video with your family, your social media, if you could. Post any comments you like. All right. So today I'm excited because my dear teacher, Laurie Johnson, she's been a regular guest here, teacher and author of the book, is Into the Aquarius Age. It's on Amazon.com. You guys got to grab a copy. It's on Kindle, actually. I'm going to put the link to the Amazon, link for her book. So if you wanted to grab her book, I highly recommend it. It's only $4.99. It's very inexpensive. However, today I'm excited because she's going to be showing us pink meditation, and she's going to go in detail about what it's all about. Laurie, hello.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being here as always. Appreciate that. Appreciate your wisdom and everything. And today you said you're going to be sharing with us the pink meditation. That sounds very lovely. I love that. So can you tell us more about it? Yeah.
Okay. Unconditional love is the strongest power in the universe. It beats everything. It beats hate. It beats negativity. It beats demons, if you want to go there. And I've had personal experience with that, but it's powerful. It's powerful in its subtlety, but it is not the bang over the head. It's the slow from the inside healing everything. So this meditation is a pink light meditation that we're dealing with, visualizing and using all our senses to create a pink light that you can send to somebody that dispels negativity if you're having a problem with somebody specifically, or if you want to send light to help heal somebody if they're having a hard time. Even you can send it to yourself if you're having a hard time. There's a way of being able to visualize yourself, visualize even yourself as a child if you want to do some childhood trauma healing. That's very simple, and I'm going to walk you through. It is going to be a complete guided meditation as you can do this with this podcast. But it's incredibly powerful, incredibly simple. My mentor taught me this, and her example was the last time she had used it before she taught it to me was that she had a job and she got a new boss, and she was assistant to the boss, and the boss was a bitch to everybody, not just to her, just to everybody. It was a very difficult woman. And so she did this meditation every night, and it took her about 12, 13 nights in a row. The next morning she went in, and that woman's energy changed 100%.
Wow.
She was nice to her. They got to be friends. She was still a bitch to everybody else, but not with my mentor. So it's not about you're going to heal somebody necessarily, but if you want, this is kind of like the Ho'oponopono, which is like between two people. It's very personal between you and somebody else. And just the gist of it is you're going to create your own sacred space, create sacred space for another person, call that person in, ask them if they will receive this or not. You don't always get a yes, 99% you get a yes. And then from your heart chakra, you're going to send a beam of pink light into that person, fill them up with pink light, let them glow with pink light, and you keep doing it. You don't have to think about, I'm going to heal you, I'm going to send you unconditional love, I'm going to do any of these things. You just concentrate on keeping the pink light real, and it keeps sending it to somebody. And then when you're done, when you feel you're done, then you let it go, and you've accomplished that. And again, it can take, I've done this with somebody who's been very difficult. And I'm going to sneeze. I think I'm going to sneeze. Hold on a second.
Go ahead. Well, it's so funny because when you talk about pink meditation, I didn't know that you're going to be doing meditation today with the pink meditation. And look what I got here in my hair wrap here. It looks almost like pink, right?
It is pink. Isn't it pink?
It is pink. I have no idea. Isn't that funny?
That's hilarious. That's very nice.
So you guys can do that with your in-laws, your family, your friends that used to be best friend, but not a good best friend anymore.
Yeah, because there's a lot of shifting, you know?
Oh my God, right now we absolutely need it. A lot of people, I mean, there's so much going on in the world, so much separation, so much hatred in the world. This is great, Laurie, that for you to bring on. Although we don't have music background, but that's okay. It's all intention. And she's gonna teach us the technique and it's all
Yeah.
gonna work. It's gonna be very powerful. I just can't get over this pink thing that I put it on, and you are offering me. I had no idea, guys, because when we came on it before the show, I said, okay, Laurie, what would you like to show the audience today? What your wisdom you can share. And she said pink meditation. And I didn't think about it until she explained it. I'm like, oh my God, I got it. I got pink already. All right, guys.
I would have been wearing pink, but the last time I had pink on, it didn't look pink at all. So I'm just going to go for something different altogether.
Wow. I just thought like, this is so awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The hardest thing in doing this, when you're doing it for something that is negative, like what my mentor did with her boss, is that there's usually a lot of resentment and even hatred to a certain extent that you feel for that individual. And you can't do it like, I'm going to get you. It's got to be from a genuine soul to soul energy. Because when you're calling somebody in, you're not calling their physical self. You're imagining the physical self, but you're calling their soul to you. And all souls are pure. How they are dealing with this lifetime, with the difficulty that they experienced and with the difficulty from past lives all building up, and what they wanted to do and how they're not getting any answers to that, how they're not being successful, which we can see a lot of Piscean age guys are very, 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 very stuck, and you just don't want to help them because you want to bitch slap them. So instead of doing that, it's hard to kind of get into the zone where you're going to actually send unconditional light to somebody that you would like to smack up.
Yeah.
And that's it, because you can't do this with the idea. And I've taught this in groups where we were physically together. And every time somebody was doing it with somebody that was a negative influence in their lives, if they didn't do it from a pure place, they didn't get anywhere with it. They couldn't visualize it very clearly. So none of that stuff happened. So this is really important to know that you're going soul to soul, and all souls are pure. All souls are in a process of learning something. And if they learn something through negativity and then they spread it out on everybody else, we are all learning something. Even the people who are stuck in Congress, in the war in Ukraine, those are people that are very, very stuck in their own egos. But underneath everything, even Idi Amin, even Trump has a soul that's pure. They're not displaying it, but it's there.
Yeah.
And so that's the key thing. But
literally,
I agree. Yeah, if you want to, you can. And then again, there's a thing where you create a sphere for yourself, create another sphere for the person that you're going to call that doesn't touch, because it's got to be separate for them to receive what you're giving. And if you had childhood trauma, this year I'm calling the year of self-work, because we had the first 4 months that were about, dealing with our own karma and getting rid of a lot of karma. And now it's about, who are you in the Aquarian age when you don't have any guides? You don't have any guides that say you have to do this, you have to do that, because nothing is told to us. We have to discover it for ourselves. So people are doing like dust bunny cleaning of their karma, of their souls, and it feels really big. But this is a way of healing self by calling yourself in, or calling a childhood or a child that you can imagine you as a child and do this work for yourself. It's a version of healing. It's a version of healing and lifting energy, no matter what you do it for or who you do it for.
Nice.
But it's really simple, but I'd like to do the guided part of it so that I can walk you through it from beginning to end. It's not a long meditation. The meditation takes as long as you need it to, because there's prep to get you into the zone of it. And then there's the actual sending the light, which is you sitting there concentrating on sending the light. Don't worry about the emotions. Don't worry about I'm sending unconditional love. If you just concentrate on the pink, everything else is taken care of.
Nice. Well, let's begin.
Okay.
We're all ready for it. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So when you start this, as we're doing it today, or if you're going to do it, make sure that you are in sacred space. I created a sphere of sacred space for me before we started. I'm sure you did, because you're doing the podcast and you want to be like on alert here. Yeah. But this is, you are in sacred space where you're not going to be disturbed, and you have zoned yourself into being as centered as you possibly can. So we start with taking 3 deep cleansing breaths that are in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you are inhaling, imagine that you are bringing in this beautiful, rich gold healing energy that fills your body, and it finds shadows of negativity, that it dislodges the shadows that represent your anxiety or your stress. And with every exhale, you can imagine seeing what that dark spot was, what that shadow was, being released and coming out with the exhale. So feel yourself inhaling light and love and gold healing light and releasing that which is stressful within you. And you can feel yourself becoming centered and at peace. And with the last inhale and exhale, we're ready to do the work. So first off, imagine a sphere of white light around you that is 1 foot beyond where you can reach in every direction. It might cut through the ceiling or the floor, but this is your sphere of protection. This is your workspace. And create the sphere with all your senses. Visualization is just 1/5 or 1/6 of what we experience. So to do this to the maximum effect, use all your senses. So you be aware of what that sphere looks like. Is the white light soft? Is it bright? Be aware what it sounds like. Does it hum? Does it crackle? Let it fill you. So whatever you ask is, what does it sound like? Allow that to come without thinking too hard about it. If you don't get specific visuals or a lot of clarity, let it go. It's there. We're just getting used to using this method. Take a deep breath in through your nose and be aware what this light smells like. Is it fresh? Is it fragrant? And then take a deep breath in through your open mouth and to be aware what it tastes like. Is it sweet? Is it biting? And then be aware what it feels like physically. With this light surrounding you, is it warm? Is it cool? And then emotionally, is it soothing? Is it exciting? Now you've created this perfect sphere of protection for yourself and a perfect workspace. With this sphere in place, you're going to create another sphere of white light immediately in front of you, a couple of inches from the edge of your sphere so they are not touching. This is for the person you're going to call in. It's sacred space for them. And again, use all your senses to create this. See this visually. What does the light look like? And inhale through your nose and smell it. What does it smell like? Listen. What does it sound like? The light. What does it sound like? Breathe in through your mouth. What does it taste like? And then be aware of what it physically feels like for that sphere to be there and what it emotionally feels like. It might be the same, it might be different than the one you created for yourself. When you feel the sphere is complete, call in the person you wish to receive your pink light healing. Call their name 3 times, whether you do it aloud or silently, and imagine them appearing in this sphere in front of you with as much clarity as possible. Be aware of this person with all your senses, again, recalling to the best of your memory the last time you saw them, what they look like. And use again all of your senses so you are aware of what they sound like, what their voice sounds like. And even though it might feel weird, breathe in through your nose and be aware what their scent is, their natural scent or the perfume or body spray that they use. And even though this might seem very inappropriate, imagine what they taste like. And then finally, what do they feel like, both physically and emotionally? How do they make you feel emotionally? What can you imagine they are emotionally feeling right now? When this person is clear to you, ask aloud or silently if you can send them pink light. I've been doing this for 35 years. I've never had anybody say no. You might not get yes in your head. You might just get a feeling of okay, or a feeling of progression, or more importantly, not a feeling of pushback. If somebody is pushing back on you or you hear a no, then stop this meditation immediately, because it is very bad karma to force this light on somebody who is not willing to take it. But chances are 99% this person is going to want to receive this, even if they don't understand what you're doing. With the person's ascent, now concentrate on your heart chakra. It's not exactly at your heart, it's the center of that heart line. This is your heart chakra that in the physical world glows as green, but on a higher vibration is pink, the color of unconditional love. Feel the sphere within you as it's spinning and growing of that pink light, and be very aware of what it looks like. This is the most beautiful pink that you can possibly imagine. But be aware, is it bright pink? Is it hot pink? Is it a soft pink? Is it rose quartz pink? And then listen to it. What does it sound like? Is it singing or perhaps pulsing like a drum beat? And again, take in a deep breath through your nose and be aware what that pink light smells like. Is it fragrant like a flower? Is it fresh like beach air? Take a deep breath in through your open mouth and be aware what this tastes like. Is it sweet? Is it sharp? And then be aware what it feels like, both physically. Is it warm? Is it cool? And emotionally, does it make you feel comforted or energized or excited? With the energy and light of your heart chakra clear, allow a beam of that pink light to come from your heart, to travel through the edge of your sphere, into the edge of the other person's sphere, and straight into their heart chakra. And you keep pumping this pink light, this beautiful pink light, from your heart to their heart, and you keep pumping it and pumping it and pumping it, and imagine it fills their entire body, so you can begin to see them glow pink. Allow that to continue and build within them until it is so strong that it comes out their pores, it comes out with their exhale, and it completely fills the sphere that they are in. So they are completely filled with and surrounded by the most beautiful pink light you can possibly imagine. Sometimes in doing this meditation, you might not always have the clarity. Don't worry about it. Concentrate on the pink light, concentrate on sending it, and this then becomes the meditation. At this point, if you want to spend a lot of time doing this, or any time at all, then pause this so that you can then spend the time and then come back when you're ready. We are assuming you are back now.
Oh, yes, yes. Wow. I mean, for me, meditation, yeah.
No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I'm sorry.
All right.
When you're done, and you know that you're done, then you stop the beam from going from your heart and kind of see it go through the edge of your bubble, into the edge of that person's bubble, and into their heart, so that they are now complete, without a connection to you, completely surrounded by and completely filled with this beautiful pink light. You thank them for coming and for participating. And then you let them go. In this case, you can let them go as in the sphere just dissipates, or it becomes smaller and smaller and just goes into the void. Whatever it is, there's always a right way of doing this. Within yourself, as you are surrounded and feeling your own pink light, absorb the energy of your sphere, of the white light and the pink light, and allow it to come into yourself through your pores and through your breath, and absorb that. Keep what you need for yourself, and send the rest through the soles of your feet into the earth for her to do with as she wills, to help her in healing. And in order to come back for how long you've been away, then take several deep cleansing breaths again to get you back into the physical world, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And clearly, before you open your eyes, be aware of the space that you're in, the energy that surrounds you. And then let yourself gently come back to the here and now. Move your body, starting with your toes. Just flex your toes a little bit. And flex your feet a little bit. And move your knees from side to side. And then your thighs. Thump your thighs. And then swing your torso a little bit. And roll your shoulders a little bit. And feel your arms and your hands. And then, yeah, your head and your neck. This brings you from that meditative state back into the physical world. And then if you haven't already, open your eyes, welcome back, and get on with your day.
Beautiful. I apologize that I thought it was over, right?
Yeah,
That
no, we did the
moment.
completion. You got to get out of it. Otherwise, it's really weird to be staying in
Yeah.
that time, in that energy all the time.
Wow. That's actually a very beautiful one. I
Thank
like
you.
that. Yeah,
I
I
like it
really
too.
like that. I like because you enhance on that sensation, the feeling. I actually get a lot of visualization with this meditation, you know.
Did you have somebody that you were sending light to, or you were just going through the feeling of it?
Yeah, I did. I sent it to someone that seemed to have a little bit of minor misunderstanding and, you know, nothing big, but, you know, I sent and she smiled. She said, yeah, come on, give me a ping like.
Yeah.
Didn't say, and it was so funny because it becomes such a playful because she turned into like a little girl, you know, and then it's like turned into a ping ball and she just kind of play with that. So it's kind of interesting to, you know, meditation turned into that playful.
Yeah, it was
playful.
really interesting when I was teaching this to get how people perceived what was going on. You know, the
Wow.
person on how they were receiving it. One time I called one of my sons in, my youngest son, and I didn't realize that he was playing soccer at the time because we were on different time zones. And he came in and he says, oh yeah, sure. Okay, fine. And then about right when I was done, he goes, okay, I gotta go now. And it was like, that was it. I know that that was a soul energy, but it was like he was so involved with what he was doing that I kind of took him out of himself there for a minute, but he was
Wow.
willing to go through it. So yeah, it really does make a difference. And again, you can imagine that that's you in there, you as an adult, you going through whatever problems that you have right now, or you as a child trying to heal, because there's a lot of healing that's going on right now.
So
Very
this
much.
pink represents love, then so this would be for self-love, Laurie?
Oh yeah, any love, unconditional love. Again,
Okay, good.
unconditional love that we all have, but layers of stupidity, layers of other people's issues kind of remove us from wanting to share it with others. And the way that we're brought up kind of remove it from sharing it with ourselves. But that's why you can do it with yourself. You can do it with somebody else who's having a problem, somebody that you love. But what you're saying about, you know, misunderstandings with friends, there's a lot of that going around. I had 3 calls this week for people who had had friendships that lasted at least 40 years and they were gone. I mean, one person threw my client under the bus on a trip that they were going to take. They were going to go to Vegas together, and her boyfriend was going to go with them. And instead of picking my client up, she decided to just go to her boyfriend's and go to Vegas. And it was up to my client to find her own way when there had been plans up until that morning for them to go together. And that hurt her so much, my client, that it's like how she's looking at this woman now is like, how could you be so insensitive? I planned. I have a lot of things that I've got to do, a lot of responsibilities that I got in play so I could be gone for so long. And she didn't get to go.
Wow, that's hurtful. That can be quite hurtful.
But that kind of hurt is going on because
Yeah.
when people have to face their own stuff, whether they're good at it and it's taking all their concentration or they're denying it and fighting it, it means everything becomes about them. And for people who are dealing with it and being able to then be with somebody else, this is like, I'm doing the hard work too, and I'm there for you, and I want to be with you, and I want this friendship to go. But that person is so involved with self. And unfortunately, I told my client in this case that she wasn't going to get that friendship back because that woman took a click turn where it was like click, and she could throw my client under the bus because her identity as a woman was what she was facing. And the boyfriend was the one who gave her that identity. So friendship was not as important as how her guy saw her, basically.
Wow, unfortunately. That's going on a lot with a lot of people nowadays. That's what I heard too. It's energy, global energy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Collective. Yeah.
Energy
So
shifting all the time.
I really feel that everyone who watched this video should share this video with everyone. It's a very powerful, powerful meditation. Seriously, you know, from if you have tried it, listen to this whole thing, you know, you can tell how powerful it is. And this is going to help people to, you know, have unconditional love toward each other. So I would love to ask everyone who's watching this video to pass it on. Be kind, share love by sharing this video of Laurie Johnson's meditation technique to your friends, your family, your loved one, and especially those you have problem with. Wouldn't be bad to give it to them.
Yeah.
You
I've
know, because
dispelled energy with some of the people that I've worked with when I was at
yeah,
the Psychic Eye, because we have had a huge array of really crazy people there. And, you know, it's like you're really good at being a psychic or you're really selfish about being a psychic. There's very little in between.
yeah,
Unfortunately, we had a lot of selfish people when I was there, and selfish people within, you know, the management and stuff like that. So I was like throwing pink light all over the place, trying to make it palatable, because it was the easiest way instead of going up. And I really, really wanted to slap some people, but I didn't slap those people. I wasn't even harsh to them in language or in the way I was confronting them,
yeah,
but I did this meditation underneath everything. And if nothing else, it helps you see what that person is going through. Because one of the things that happens when you send light to somebody, there's a connection there. And you can pick up issues that they're having, which might just feel that you feel them being uncomfortable, you know? So
yeah.
it's not like you have to know their entire thing, but there's that psychic connection between the two of you, and you can kind of feel what's going on, and it softens how you're looking at them for all the crap that they're throwing at everybody else. Doesn't stop it. And again, this is like between you and that person. It's not between you, that person, and everybody else they know.
Mm, wow, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I love that. Wow, thank you for sharing this,
Oh,
Laurie.
you're very welcome. It is my
As
pleasure.
always, 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 you always share very, very beautiful, beautiful wisdom, you know, in every single interview that we have. And I loved it. I didn't expect this meditation. Just a nice, beautiful.
Surprise.
Yeah, always something surprise, you know. Well, guys, thank you so much, you know, for watching until the end of this video. I'm glad that you did, because this means that you are supposed to be doing this, sending this beautiful meditation pink light to all your families, your friends. You can do that on a daily basis, every morning, every night, or whenever you have time. And I can tell Laurie, it didn't take that long. You can do that
Yeah.
in just 5 minutes, a few minutes only,
Yeah.
you
That's the
know.
thing. It can take as long as you need it to. So when
Yeah,
you get to that point where you're sending light, you can keep sending it. I've done it where I got very much into it so much that I was like half an hour later and I didn't realize it took that long. But most of
wow.
the time it doesn't. It isn't about that. It's about what you need to send and how you need to send it.
Wow. Well, I mean, why don't we just send it to everybody in the world? Why don't we just send it to the politicians so they can actually, hopefully
Yeah.
they can change for the better for
But that's the thing. It's like
humanity.
between you and them. So they'll treat you well, but they're not going to change how they are with anybody else. This
Yeah,
isn't about shifting their energy for anything else except for how you deal with them. That's all.
right. Beautiful.
But
Well,
if we all
Laurie,
got
thank
together
you.
and did it, that would be great.
Oh my God, that's why I said everybody doing it. Share this, send the pink light, do every morning, send to yourself. I think this is such beautiful energy, you know, how you feel and feel yourself with that, you know, pink light. It's very powerful color, actually.
It is, yeah.
And look at this.
I
I
know
cannot
you're wearing
believe
it.
I usually just don't wear it. It's so funny. I never worn this. It's the first time I wore it. So this
There you
is
go.
kind of fun. So this is coincident? I don't know. You know,
I
it's
don't
just
think
kind of
so.
picked up, meant to be. Laurie, thank you. Thank you so much for this beautiful
Thank you.
meditation.
Always a
Guys,
pleasure.
yes, click like, share this video. And until the next videos, guys, thank you. And she'll be back in the next couple of weeks. Until the next video. Thank you.